Welcome to our Monday evening immigration show. We're starting it a little bit earlier today, but we are here as always, um, talking about immigration, your questions, and let's see here. All right, lots of things to talk about today. Um, Let me see here. We're joining our audience here on TikTok as well. We are live. Um, I think we are live here. Let's see here. There we go. Now I see it. See the comments. And yeah, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. They just announced that they're going to be doing, a special bond. If you're coming to the United States and you are going to be a tourist, they're going to ask you to pay a bond, $15,000. Different level of bonds every day. We have a new something crazy is happening. So we are gathering here to discuss the crazy stuff, So the recent thing, um, like I said, I posted a video about changes to the green card lottery as well. They're going to be asking people to upload their passports. They have to be valid passport. You got to scan it. It's going to disqualify a lot of people from the green card lottery. You will see this year, and this is just happening a few months before the lottery is happening. They're imposing these bonds, $15,000 bonds for tourists coming to the United States from specific countries. So this is going to be for B1, B2 visas mostly, but then they're going to also expand it to other work visas and things like that. But anyway, this is kind of like the news that we heard today. I get a lot of questions from people that want to know about the new policy manual that they changed updated for marriage-based green cards. I am making a long video on this on YouTube, which will be published, I think, on Wednesday. We talk about all the changes they're doing. There's going to be more enforcement. I can already see it now. Where we have clients that are showing up. Thanks, so appreciate it. Join if you want to join the video. Just join the request, and I'll add you guys. And let me pin the contact form as well. If you want to get in touch, use the contact form. Julie, yes, we can definitely help clients in New York. We can help clients in all 50 states because it's federal. All you have to do is use the phone number that is on my in my bio or the link that you have here, and that you can get in touch. We offer that to you guys every single time that we do the lives. And I put the number on the screen right here. Oh, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. So yeah, all you have to do is just use this number, send me a text, and we could set up a consultation with you guys because you're watching the live, obviously. That is the whole point. Is India included in this proposal? I believe so, yes. It's mostly for countries that have a large rate of denials of tourist visas. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the hearts. Google Pond's asking how much is a consultation fee. It starts at $150. But if you're joining from the live on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, and Instagram, you're getting a discount. So just make sure you send a text from the live. Do it during the live so you can get your special offer. For some reason, I wasn't able to join the Instagram feed today. So we were not able to join the Instagram feed. So, if you are on Instagram now, just hop off to TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, but the feed is not working. It just didn't allow me to do that. Haida's asking, I have a question on pending asylum, possible to do it here in the US? Absolutely. So you can apply for asylum in the US if you're already here, or you can apply at the border. It depends on how you, Alfred is asking, how to get proof of charges being dropped against me in San Diego? You have to go to the superior court where the case is being handled, and then the court will give you the charges. Yes, that's the only way to do it. So thanks, guys. And if you're watching the live right now on TikTok, please share the live. There's a link over there. You can share it. But we're talking today about this new proposal from the government about imposing a bond on non-immigrant visas. They're going to start with tourist visas, and then it's going to be expanding to other work visas and other things. And people are worried about it. So they're going to have 3 tiers of a bond, and so that's kind of that it seems like they're trying to limit the people who are trying to come to the United States. Sarah is asking, which is easier, E2 or L1 if we own a company? Well, it depends. If you own a company overseas, so an L1 allows you to transfer yourself as an executive of your overseas company. If you have a company in more than 10 employees, I think the L1 would be ideal. And then you can also bring other employees if you get a first L1. So I would go with L1. Is it safe to travel? I have a 751 pending with an extension. If you don't have a criminal record, it is totally safe to travel on a 2-year green card. But if you have a criminal record, then I don't think you should travel. That's my general advice for that. Can I get married if my asylum is denied? You can always get married. The question is, can you get your green card through the marriage case? I don't know. It depends. Depends on how good is the case is. Let's see. Question from Frankie. My husband has an interview. They refused and requested for more evidence when I sign up for. It says inactive. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that the case is not active. It means that probably they're working on it. And sometimes the way they classify these terms online doesn't mean anything. Hospitality is in demand. That is true. Hospitality visas are in demand. If you're applying for jobs in hospitality, construction, you have a good chance to get H-2B. H-2B visas are in high demand for trucking, for construction. So it is a good time to apply for it. B1, B2 to H-2B truck driver, is it possible from India? Absolutely. Like I mentioned to you right now, there's a lot of H-2B visas that a lot of employers are looking for temporary workers. And if you are that person and you have those skills and you are an employer watching this, then you should definitely apply. All right. And if you want to join me on video on YouTube, let me share the link. I'll post it here. And then if you guys are watching this on TikTok, you can join the conversation. Just request to join and I will add you to the live stream. All right, perfect. Would you recommend DACA recipients still attempt to do advanced parole? I mean, if you have a good reason for advanced parole, I see no reason why you shouldn't. People can still travel on advanced parole as long as you have a good reason. Do you know what I mean? So I think that, I don't think there's going to be an issue. Can F1 student apply for low-cost auto insurance without harming their green card in the future? Yeah, I mean, auto insurance is not a public benefit. You're applying for auto insurance as a private agency from a private entity. So I don't think there's an issue with that. You should definitely, I think people are like right now. There's a new policy. If you're applying for, let's say, for a VAWA or a widow petition, and they ask you for a request for evidence for affidavit of support, you don't need that, right? So sometimes immigration will ask you for evidence that is not needed, and if they do that, then there's a way to respond to let them know that that evidence was not required, right? So, and sometimes they'll do it by mistake. How do we get in touch with you? Shas is asking, as I mentioned before, Shash, if you're watching this on TikTok, the easiest way is to use this form here or use the number in my bio. There's a number in my bio. Screenshot my bio and text me right now from the live. If you do it from the live, you get priority to have a consultation with me. And only people who are texting me straight from the live will get that. And here we go. This. Right. Okay. So, how long are 485s adjustment of status are taking? Well, right now the adjustment of status are taking about 10 months or so in more states. However, the backlog is going to increase, guys, as more and more people are going through the process, and they're changing their procedures. They're changing their procedures. So I think you should realize that there's going to be more backlogs in marriage cases. And also they're making the process more complicated. This is based on recent updates that they publish in the policy manuals. For example, they're going to be focusing on more people that are like suspicious profiles. For example, let's say you have a like a large age gap. They consider a large age gap anything 15 years or more. Those cases will be flagged. If you came to the United States on a B1, B2 visa, and you married, let's say a week after you entered, right? They're going to be flagging those cases, and you'll be scheduled for immediate interviews, right? Let's say you married multiple times and you filed multiple cases, all for green cards. Those kind of cases, they're going to be flagging. So you gotta, you understand that those are things that they're going to be looking for. What percentage of your cases do you win? This is asking from Hyder. So I would say on the family side, like marriage cases, VAWAs, appeals, those are pretty high. I would say they are in the 90%, because obviously nobody has a guaranteed 100% approval rate. On the employment-based cases, I would say 85% to 87%, which is what is our record right now. It just tells you that things are still, people are still getting approved. It's not that bad, and we maintain a pretty good approval record for now. I'm scared to listing USAS on my pages YouTube. I'm not sure what the question is about, but anyway, anybody wants to join us on video, we have, I think, Tanya on the YouTube is ready to join us. Hi, Tanya, how are you? Can you hear me, Tanya? Tanya, can you hear me? No, I cannot hear Tanya. So anyway, anybody else who wants to join on here, we are, yeah. Mo, where are you from and what is the question?
I'm from Louisiana, and I have a question about green card adjustment status.
Okay.
It's been almost a year before I applied for my I-485.
Okay.
So, do you think that I can skip like the date of the job, like my job? I forget when I start my job with the company that I. So they say that I need to mention it in the application, but I don't. I know the year, but I don't remember the date.
I see. So essentially, what you're saying is that you have inconsistent information in the form because you're not sure exactly when you started work, right?
Correct.
I mean, I think it's fine. I think as long as you explain it in the interview, what it is, you can say, "Oh, it's inconsistent, information." Just because you don't remember, but as long as you give them an approximate time and it's not like a lie, and you say it in advance, then you should be fine.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
of course.
Thank
you. I think what is important for you guys to understand is that you can always fix the information that you gave the immigration before the interview. Up to the moment of the interview, you can correct the record. And I'll give you an example. I have a case, like a citizenship case that we filed, several months ago, and it's going for an interview. And the guy told me before the interview, listen, I forgot to mention a few things. First of all, I didn't mention 2 addresses that I lived for more than 6 months. And also, I forgot to mention that I was arrested. And I said, well, and he's like, well, are they going to charge me with fraud right now? And I said, well, your interview hasn't happened yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together an affidavit. And in the affidavit, we're going to say, okay, this is what we want to do now. Before the interview starts, we would like to amend the record. And before you start questioning the applicant, we want to include this in the record. And in the record, we included the address changes and the arrest, including supporting documents to prove that this wasn't happening, wasn't like a fraud. It was just an omission, and it's fine. But if you go through the interview, you put yourself under oath, and you still, there's information that is not correct, then you can be in trouble, right? And at that point, like I said, that's that's when the cases get denied, right? All right, let's see. We've got like I say, if you have questions, line up. And if you're watching this on TikTok, please share the live. There's a bottom you can share the live. Share the live right now. Ivy, where are you from? And if you have video, put the video on. Can you hear me? All right, we've got a lot of people waiting to go, and if you're not ready, then we're not going to do it. Yeah, I tried to join you before, but I couldn't get you. Your video wasn't working.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you? Where are you from, and what is your question?
I'm good. I'm from Texas.
Okay.
I think I came in USA last year,
Okay.
2024, with the visa, tourist visa.
Okay.
And after 3 months, I married from America.
Okay. So you married after 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
90 days.
90, good. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, so, and I applied for the one I-30.
Okay.
And
45.
another one to change my status.
Okay.
In October, last October.
Okay.
And I take my my work permit and my social security. It's okay, but I'm waiting for the interview. Till now, nothing. I don't know. It's like 1 year till now.
Okay. So, like I said, typically most cases get interviewed, like I said, within 10 months average, but there are people that are waiting longer, right? So I have people that call me and they say, oh, I've been waiting for 14 months. Somebody been waiting for 16 months. You know what I mean? So maybe there's something going on. Maybe there is, or maybe they just lost your case. I mean, who knows what happened, right? I think it's important. Are you making inquiries on the case? Are you being proactive with it? What are you doing?
I just go to the website and see it's like 14 months, still 14 months.
Yeah, I think you should also call the there's a 800 number where you can
I can contact them.
Yeah, there's an 800 number. You can ask for a second line supervisor, and then the supervisor can help you figure out why your case is taking so long.
Yeah, I take like one, and I am pregnant. I will deliver the next month.
Right.
So I wanted to pack my home. There's too much things I should do. So that's why I want to.
Right.
So I can contact them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you should contact them because anybody who's watching this, if your case is pending unreasonably, like I said, if it's a marriage case, it's pending a year, you need to start being proactive. You have to contact the government. You have to, like I said, contact the phone number, make an inquiry, and try to push your case forward. Don't just sit because okay.
Yeah.
And if you need help, then you can contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks. Like I said, on average, if you have a green card based on adjustment of status, it shouldn't be taking a year to get it. Right now cases are fast, but those of you that are pending for so long, for sure, you need to do something about it. Let's see here. Kadri says, I messaged you last week about one of my 3 sons waiting to pick up his visa, but he's waiting since July. Once again, this is something that's very specific to your case. Maybe they have an investigation on your name or something, but it shouldn't take that long to just pick up the visa after an interview. Do you know what I mean? Whenever something is unusual, you guys need to, like I said, put some more efforts or investigate to understand why it's taking so long. Silver is asking, what do you think about the movement of F1, F2B for India? Which one do you think is better for future movement? Mother naturalized this March, so I can choose to stay in F2B, right? I think, so again, F2B is green card holder parents versus US citizen parents. I think that I think F2B might be a little bit faster for now, but again, remember, we are at the end of the fiscal year. And it's hard for me to tell you what's going to happen because it's the visas are not most of the visas were already allocated for the year, and new batches are going to start in October. And so in October we'll be able to give you more information. We'll have more, we'll be able to be more, smart about it and to know which visa categories are going to move faster and when. Okay, let's see here. Is it safe to travel to South Africa on a parole? So if you have a parole, like I said, if you have parole, then obviously you have a reason why you got a parole. And if you on the parole indicated where you're going and this is one of the countries, then you should be fine. There is no prohibition to travel specifically to South Africa. Now, a lot of people are asking in the comments, is it safe to travel? Is it safe to travel on an advanced parole? And again, it really depends on your circumstances. Like, what is your background? Why did you apply for the advanced parole? How did you get it? And a lot of green card holders are wondering, and I see it in the comments. Oh, can I travel? Should I be traveling on the green card? If you have any issues in your past, any issues in the green card, like you had an arrest, you had anything to do, like even 20 years ago, now is not a good time for you to travel if you have a green card, even if you have a green card. Now, as I said, things will change, probably will change in the near future, but right now, it's not a good idea. Good question from Snow. What is the best option for an F1 student to get a green card right now? And there are many options for F1 students to get a green card, especially if you have a STEM, OPT, you are mathematics, engineering, all that kind of stuff. The best thing is obviously, to find an employer that will sponsor you. But we have a lot of students that are applying for self-petition green cards based on the national interest waiver. And why? Because a lot of these students are either starting a company or they're working on some projects with other companies that are doing something very unique for the benefit of the United States. And those people can apply for self-petitions under the EB2 national interest waiver. So for a lot of students, I would recommend, if you have the qualifications, you have at least a bachelor degree, 5 years experience, or a master degree. If you graduate in a master program, then NIW EB2 self-petition could be an amazing opportunity for you to be able to get a green card on your own, without a job offer, without investing anything. And that's something that you should definitely consider, especially if you're an international student right now in 2025. Thanks guys for the hearts. We are joining a lot of people right now. Please, if you're joining right now on TikTok, share the video and follow me if you haven't followed my account yet. And if you do want to book a consultation, use the phone number in my bio to send me a text right now, or the link that is the form that is pinned right down here. But the phone number will get you a quicker response. And those of you watching on YouTube, I think the number is on the screen right now. And let's see here. I think Bob is trying and Tanya is trying. Tanya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, Jacob.
Yeah. Nice to meet
Okay.
you. Is your video working or no?
No, unfortunately, I think I'm having a network error. I'll go really quick and I'm going to explain you. As a background, I first entered in the US on F1 status in 2016, basically August 2016, and applied for asylum in November 2016 while still maintaining my valid F1 status. My service records was later terminated in a good standing in December 2016, and I've
Okay.
remained in the US since then on a pending asylum case. Um, that is still at USCIS level, just so that you know. And I've not been referred to immigration court as yet because I've not been to a USCIS office as yet and any asylum office as yet. Since then, I've received and approved I-140 under EB3 category. My priority date now is current, and I have opted for proceeding through consular process. My immigrant visa interview has been scheduled at a US consulate in a third country, not in my home country. The
Okay.
consulate has accepted my case and I'm considered documentarily qualified by the NVC. I'm having my interview this month in the third country consulate. But what I'm trying to see if I can do adjustment of status. Is it possible?
Well, Tanya, to determine that, any immigration attorney will have to go back through your history. Go back
Right.
from the moment you applied, the moment you entered. It's almost like we're putting a chart, and we are trying to look at the plus and minuses of trying to do that, because you came here legally, but you
Right.
also accrued certain amount of unlawful presence. And
Absolutely.
so we need to determine that and say, well, is this something that is feasible for adjustment of status, or they'll deny the adjustment of status and put you in removal proceedings on a separate removal track outside of what potentially might happen to you if you end up in court from your asylum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you're not going to do the adjustment of status, then what's going to happen if you go to the consulate? You know what I mean? What are
Right.
your chances to get a waiver? So I think those are things that we need to sit down and literally put together almost like two different charts and look at what's happening right now to people like you who are trying to do this, and what are the odds of getting the adjustment of status if we try that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not a black and white. It's really like going down through your history that probably is going back, quite a few years. So that's what I would do. I would go to your file, and then we'll sit down together and say, okay, this is what I think is your weak points, and here's where I feel we can make an argument if we do decide to go for adjustment, or if you go to the consulate, what is the risk that you're taking?
Right. Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
I think if you just send me a text and mention that you were, like do it now, mention you were in the live, let's set up a time, and then we'll go over through your file and then make a plan together to determine if it makes sense or not.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. And so, many people who are watching this, you hear, you entered legally, but then you overstayed, and now you have an employer that is sponsoring you. It's not always possible or easy to do the adjustment of status from inside the United States, because you already have unlawful presence in your history. And that unlawful presence is something that we need to deal with and figure out, can we do something with it or no? Kadri, just use the link that I posted. And if you click on the link, and you can join the live. The link that I posted right now, this link here, you can use the live. Just click on it, and I'll let you join the live. All right, let's see who is waiting to join here on Instagram. We have new person is here. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I don't
Is-
know if it's gonna let me.
Yeah, I was telling you,
I cannot
put your video if you can. If not, it's
Yes.
fine.
So this is a new account. You still have to friend me on this one. So I had to create a different account.
Oh, what happened with the other one?
It was getting a lot of backlash, a lot of reports and everything, and
Oh.
nobody was getting the views out, and I was at risk of losing it, so I had to create a new one.
Oh, I see. Well, I just followed you back, so.
Yeah, awesome. So I have a question for you. A lot of people have been asking me, and
Sure.
I'm hoping you can help. So a few people now have said that their attorneys advise them not to get dual citizenship for their children if they are doing the I-601A waiver, because it would take away that hardship. Like, oh, if your kids have dual citizenship, why don't you just go live in Mexico with your spouse? And I wonder if you know anything about that dual citizenship being possibly damaging for the 601A waiver for people.
People ask me that question as well, and we have a lot of clients that are going through the waiver process. I personally don't think that it's an issue at all, because the fact that they have another citizenship doesn't mean that they lived in that country, they have the customs, they have the network. Just having a citizenship doesn't mean that they have the capacity to facilitate a life in that country. You know what I mean? And we have a lot of cases where people just have the citizenship because they were able to obtain it from a grandparent, or just because they just have it, but it doesn't mean that they are able, they know the culture of the country that they're supposed to go back to. You know what I mean? So it's never been an argument that immigration would say, "Oh, you have your passport." I think it's just it's some, I don't know where the rumor started, but anybody who knows how to do waivers know that there's so many other factors we use to justify hardship, and this is definitely not going to be one of them. So
Okay.
I personally don't think it's an issue. Yeah.
Of
course.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. And
course.
I think I will go ahead and get my kids their dual citizenship.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you, Jacob.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you as well.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
And again, it's a good question, because a lot of people are wondering, well, what does it mean to have a good hardship case if I want to help my spouse, and it's really about factors like medical, the possibility to be able to get a job in that country. It's not really about your situation or your status. Okay. All right. So we have another. So yeah, just line up on video. I'll get you here on TikTok and make sure that we have Grace here on YouTube. Hi, Grace. How are you?
Hello, thanks for accepting
Sure.
this.
Grace, is your video working by any chance? Just
I just put the baby to sleep, so
no worries.
yeah.
No worries.
So
Let you ask your questions, so you can get back to your baby, of course.
yeah, just a summary. I have a green card. I got married after I got my green card, and we are asking. I filed a petition for my husband on March 2024. And I got pregnant, so now we have a baby. And my question is, we filed our case in March 2024, and we haven't had any update from USCIS. And I don't know how we can do, like what we can do to speed up the things, or what will be an alternative to the green card petition, so for us to be together, because right now my husband is visiting, but I am nervous about like he coming with ESTA, or the visitor, what is it called, the waiver?
The visitor visa, tourist visa, right?
Yeah, it's not the tourist visa, it's the visa waiver program. He's entered
The visa, the 90
waiver.
days, the 90 days.
Yes, but I'm nervous that every time that he attempts to enter, they will potentially deny his visit. But that is how we've been doing, so he can help with the baby. Yeah, so I don't know if he has an alternative to the green card petition, because that's taking too long, and I don't know if there is an expedite process. So what are our options?
Right. So again, there's no expedite process for that, because you're just a green card holder. And the reason why it's taken so long is because you're under category F2A, and there's no visa numbers available as of now, right? Now, he can come here through a different process, like maybe through a work visa, or where is he from originally? Chile. So Chile has the E2 visa, for example. So you can come here, start a small business. You know what I mean? There are many options he can do outside of your green card that you're sponsoring him. And I think you should look into it because right now the process to sponsor a green card based on a green card spouse is taking a long time, right? So we need to look at his options. Like, what is he? Does he have a degree? Does he want to do a business? All that kind of stuff.
Right. Um, yeah, I think that is what we want to explore potentially
Yeah.
with a lawyer. Like, what
And
will be
honestly,
another alternative?
Grace, just send me a message, and I'll help you with that. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's his background, what is he good at, and let's get him a quicker path to come here that is not going to be dependent on your petition, essentially. So just use the number that I put here on the screen and just send me
All
a text.
right, thank you. Yeah, we
Okay?
will contact you.
And
Thank
then
you so
yeah,
much.
exactly. And remind me that you were on the live. And many people actually do that. They're like, well, we're not gonna wait, all these years to be sponsored by a brother or sister, or like in this case, her husband. She's a green card holder. She's sponsoring him. It's taking forever. People are looking for other ways. They're applying, through work or investment and stuff like that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the hearts, and don't forget we have the heart challenge on the cloud heart challenge. Getting a second interview for asylum is a good or bad sign. It's not. I don't think it's a bad sign, honestly. I mean, it means that you just want to finish your case. Thanks, Queen. Appreciate it. Um, and then I'll join you in a second. I have thanks, appreciate it. I have another call here. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. We have to block a few people, but we're good now. I went to an interview. I was sent a NOID request, notice of intent to deny 2 months ago. I responded, but there's no response. So when you get a notice of intent to deny, once you respond to it, they'll take a while. They'll take at least 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months to give you an answer because they're taking it forever. They have to go through the process. If they're actually going to deny your case, they'll do it at that point. All right. All right. Let's see. We got Bob here. Hey, Bob.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Is your video working?
No, I go in and out, try to work, but it's not working.
Okay, no worries. What's your question? And where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Florida,
Okay.
and I talking with you early. I want to say thank you for everything you do and all your information you give it to us. We really appreciate.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate
I
it.
talk. You're welcome. So I talking with you early, like 8 months, because I'm a US citizen. I applied for my daughter.
Okay.
She just come in here last week.
Oh, wow. Which country?
Yeah, Egypt.
Oh, nice.
And she's coming through New York airport and was good and we done quickly. So now I want to apply for her N600. So I used to apply for her the affidavit I84W is
Okay.
mean like when she's coming, this what I understand, more knowledge more than me. So this is mean is like when she's coming here, she will be automatic US citizen. So I don't know what is this is concerned as a she US citizen automatic or no. I didn't understand this point. Now I try to apply.
So if
Okay, go
she
ahead.
she came here, she already has a green card, right?
She have the visa. I pay already for a green card fee.
Yeah. So she comes here with an immigrant visa. She enters the United States and she's gonna have a green card, and she's under 18, correct?
Yes, sir.
So as long as she's under 18, she'll be automatically a citizen, correct? Eventually.
Okay. Okay, so I
Yeah.
try to apply for N600
Yeah, but
certificate of
you can apply for it until she comes here first.
she's
She has to
already
be here.
here.
Oh yeah, so you can apply for it. Absolutely, the certificate of citizenship.
So when I apply, something I didn't understand. It was say is a custody, legal custody. physical real, legal custody. So I don't understand like what is mean, like a court order, or like I have to
No,
approve
no, no,
she's
no.
here with
No,
me.
it's basically some cases the kids they are not biological kids, so they need to have some legal custody from the parent that is immigrating them. This is not the case with you. She's your daughter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that shouldn't be applied to you.
Oh, so so I can apply before I get my her green card, or I have to
No,
wait until.
she needs to have a green card, and then you can apply for that. That's why I asked you the question. She doesn't have the green card yet, right?
No, we're waiting in the mail. She's coming. I
Okay.
don't know when she's
Once she has it, then you can apply.
Okay. So the last
That's it.
thing I need to ask you, I'm sorry, like when you try to make for her insurance, so to through the any insurance, so all the insurance reviews here and send her to Medicaid, and I don't want the Medicaid. So this is her case. And when you was asking she is a US citizen or no, I don't know what is I have to
She's not
answer.
a U.S. Well, she's not a U.S. citizen. She's supposed to get a green card first, right? So
Okay.
she's not a U.S. citizen yet. Once she gets her green card, she'll be classified as a citizen, but you can apply for that certificate of citizenship. But don't do it before she gets her green card.
What I didn't do the Medicaid.
No, don't apply for it until she actually has the green card in her hands, and she should be getting it very soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just because I want to get her in the school, so I have to get her insurance.
Yeah.
That's why. So I
Right.
deny the application for a Medicaid, or what can I do? I don't know what.
Well, like I said, I haven't looked at your case. I can't tell you yes or no about specific matters. Like I said, in those lives, I'm talking about general matters because I'm not your
Yes,
lawyer, right? If you want me to give
yes.
you specific advice, just send me a text and I look at your case and I'll give you specific information. You know what I mean?
Okay, thank
All
you
right.
very much for
Just
all
yeah,
your
just reach out to
information.
me. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Again, I can't give specific advice, but if you need, we can, you can just do it one-on-one. BC says, I have my fingerprints since May 2025 for an EB5 and I yet to have approval to travel. The reason why is because EB5, thanks a lot. EB5s are taking a long time right now. There's a big backlog. So it's not unusual for people in your category to wait. You have to really follow up with immigration. In some cases, we have to sue them. It is just how it is. When do you sue the government? When your case is outside of normal processing. So you went to an N400 interview and they didn't give you the citizenship. You went for your green card interview and you're still waiting for a year. You don't have your green card interview and it's been 3 years since you filed. Those things, if you're not going to file a mandamus to sue the government, thanks Queen, appreciate it. Nothing is going to happen with your case. So the mandamus lawsuits, they do work, and you guys have to be proactive about actually, trying to sue the government. Let's see here. You've been waiting patiently. Hey, my friend. Thanks, Stella. Thanks, Java. How are you?
I'm good.
What is your name? Thanks, Java. Okay. And where are you from?
I'm speaking from Dubai.
From Dubai. Thank you so much. What is your question?
Okay. I have a case at the NVC.
Okay.
Qualified, documentary qualified for the past 14 months. I'm married to a US citizen. So I don't know. The thing has just been pending there. And we have just been wondering what can we do.
Well, that's what I was telling you. I was just mentioning to people, depends on, in your case, you're a citizen, you're sitting in the National Visa Center, no interviews. The first thing I would do is I would try to file an expedite, which you probably have tried that. Did you try to expedite, the regular expedite?
No, not yet.
You haven't tried it. So that's the first thing I would do. There's a special procedure we can do with NVC. It's called a family expedite, which I can help you with if you want. What we do is we show them why they should expedite your case because, hardship or whatever the reasons that we will work with you. Number two, if the expedite doesn't work, then we can potentially look into the mandamus where we force them to do some work for you, right? The government has to act, and people are watching as well. My case is pending, or they haven't done anything. There are ways to force them to take action on your case, and filing a mandamus is one of those ways, right? But that's why I'm telling you, we have to go step by step, because if we don't go with the steps, then if eventually when you do a lawsuit, thanks Nikita, I appreciate it. When you do a lawsuit, it's not going to work. Does it make sense? So let's start with an expedite in your case. Just like I said, use the phone number in my bio. Send me a text right now, and we'll set you up.
Okay.
All right? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nikita. I appreciate you. Thanks, guys, for the hearts, the flowers. Appreciate it. I went for an interview. I was sent. Oops, I lost the question here. I'm on DACA. My card hasn't gotten here yet. Can I travel to Florida? You should be able to if you have any other form of ID. I need help. I'm from Montenegro. I'm a green card holder. I have been in Montenegro, and I guess you're stuck. Fanka, please send me a message right now. Use the number in the bio or the link or the form so we can figure out what to do. Many green card holders are stuck overseas. We're not being able to travel. Now they're worried about coming back to the United States because many green card holders are being detained. And so that's something that we need to address because, they're just doing that right now. Let's see. Kadri is here. Hello, Kadri. Where are you from and what is your question?
Hello, Jacob. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Let me explain quickly. Just like I said, I petitioned for 3 of my sons way back in Nigeria many years ago, like 8 years. But July 14 last year, they were all invited for interview. The 3 of them were invited for interview. And by December 2024, 2 of them were granted visa, while the 3rd one, which is my youngest son, is still waiting for his own visa. So the 2 that were granted visa were already here since January this year, before Trump was sworn in. And the youngest son is still waiting to be called to pick up his visa since December. And 3 times, 4 times he has followed up with them. They are asking him to wait to be called for an interview. I tried to follow up with them too at the embassy in Lagos. They did not give me a link to talk to them directly. I don't know what's going on. Is there anything you can help to do about him picking up his visa?
So, like I said, and I think I had another person from Lagos earlier. Lagos is not an easy post, as you know. So it's either they made a mistake there because they're delaying the issuing, or maybe there's some kind of a background check that they're doing. So I would start with communicating with the post directly. And if they don't give you any results, then we can take it to the next level by going to LegalNet, which is the legal division of State Department. Okay? And I can help you with that if you want.
Okay.
But I would start with directly contacting with the post and say, hey, this is what's happening. All the other kids received it. This one didn't get it. Maybe there's a mistake. And they should be able to do something about it. So just send me a message.
Send you a message by text?
Yeah. Use that number and say, you saw me on the live and you need help with your son's NVC.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Kadri. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay. Like I said, sometimes it takes time to deal with this embassy, but we need to be proactive and actually firm with them, Harun is asking, I'm an F1 student. I'm married to a citizen. Do I need to be enrolled in my university until I get my green card or until my forms are received by USCIS? That is a very good question, actually. And honestly, I get asked this question all the time. So you're an F1 student. You are now married to a citizen. Do you have to keep going to school or just drop it all? And the answer is you have to continue going to school at least until your interview. And here's why. Imagine you file the case and then you don't go to school. You fall out of status. Even though you're married to a citizen, under the new policy guidance of USCIS, they can use it against you and say, listen, you're out of status. You fell out of status after you filed the case. This is something that could be an issue, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, so I would definitely continue to go to school until the interview. It doesn't matter if the forms are received. This is my personal opinion. Some people will drop school after they get receipts from immigration and they feel more safe. I personally, based on what we see right now, I would stay in school until you have an interview. That's my personal opinion, but at least until you file the case. Because if you drop before, just because you're married to a citizen doesn't give you status. What gives you status is filing a green card, right? And immigration specifically said marrying a U.S. citizen is not going to save you anymore, right? They're saying that. So, oh, thanks, Borchel. Hit the like button, and this is the best. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely make sure you follow my channel if you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook. Instagram today didn't work, but we'll be back on Instagram next week. And if you're watching this on TikTok, please follow my account right now. We are posting videos every single day, and we are live here every single Monday at 5 p.m. And sometimes I try to do more lives during the week, but we are here, so don't miss out. Adnan, you've been waiting patiently. I promise I'm going to get you on. And yes.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining me.
Definitely, Adnan. I appreciate it for being patient. What is your question and where are you from?
My name is Adnan and I'm from Pakistan originally. And I live in New York City. I came here on B1, B2 visa in 2017.
Okay.
And I applied for Asylum in 2017.
Okay.
And my Asylum interview was denied and they sent me to the court.
Okay.
And 2020, I got married here. And after COVID came, when COVID came, so 2023, I got interview. When we go for interview, she just ruined my interview. My wife, actually, I don't know what's wrong with her. And they asked me to come again for interview, and she don't want to go with me. And then I applied for VAWA. So my VAWA is running on almost 1 year. So now I have a asylum hearing on next year on 8th of January.
Okay.
But I'm a little scared about it because when you go for interview and for any interview, they are standing there and they'll always catch you. So in this case, what should I have to do or what you can help me for that?
So again, I think the concern is that a lot of people that have these asylum cases pending, they're going to the hearings, the court dismisses them, and then ICE is waiting for you outside of the court, right?
Yes,
And it's happening a lot. So the good thing is that for you have time. You have time, for the hearing. So the problem with the VAWA is taking a long time, 6 to 7 years, right?
No, 6 to 7 years.
Yeah, VAWA taking a long time. Absolutely, VAWA taking a long. So I think with your case, I would just monitor and see what happens because things may change in 6 months, things may change in a year, right? I definitely wouldn't just show up for that hearing unprepared. It's important to plan with an attorney. What is going to happen if you have to show up? What will be plan B? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, you have a year from now. Things may change in a year. A lot of things are happening right now.
5 months is remain for my hearing, for court hearing.
5 months. Okay.
Yeah.
So like I said, there's different strategies that we do. Like I said, I don't want to share all the strategies that I advise clients. I know you're not my client yet, but remember, ICE is watching the show too. We have a lot of agents that are watching every single week. So we don't want to share some strategies that I would do in your case, but ideally, there are things you need to do before. So please send me a message. Let's talk about it. Again, it's not that bad, but again, I wouldn't tell what I would do because again, I'm doing the same strategies for other clients, and I don't want ICE to learn about this and then like, oh, now we know they're doing this. Let's hit him in court. So a lot of things that I share on the lives, I'm being very careful. We do a lot of, I try to post some videos that are private in the subscribers only. But in any case, the best advice I can do is in an online consultation because then I can go into a specific case and say, hey, Anan, you've done this and this, let's do this and that. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Just send me a text right now from the live and let's set up a consultation.
Sure. I will do that.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Of course. It's kind of like we are in a situation right now where immigration are using dirty tactics. We all know that, right? What is a dirty tactic? It means that if you are going to your court hearing. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You show up, and then the judges with ICE, are collaborating together, and they say, you know what, let's dismiss the case, okay, together. And then when the guy comes out of the court, handcuffs and deportation, right? That is not a way that system should work. And as a result, we have to be smart. We have to be prepared because we know it is happening, right? And there's nothing wrong with being smart. There's nothing wrong with being prepared. There's nothing wrong with getting information instead of going to a black hole and not coming out of it. You know what I mean, guys? So that's why we're here on the lives. We're planning, we're doing the strategy here. And then in the consultations, you're getting the one-on-one advice because, give an example. I have a guy who wasn't alive, and he was going to go to an immigration interview. He was going to have the interview 2 weeks before my live. 2 weeks from the live, right? And he's like, well, I'm worried about my case. Something happened before. And I'm like, listen, first of all, do not share it on the live. This is your personal information. I don't want anybody to hear it. Let's have a consultation. So we had a consultation. It determined that eight years ago, he filed for an immigration case. That case was denied, and there was a fraud determination. And he forgot about it. He didn't want to think about it. And I'm like, listen, if this is what happened, and I looked at his the decision that he had, I'm like, there's no way you're showing up for this appointment. We had to reschedule the appointment, and we have to re-strategize this whole case, because if he showed up for that appointment, they would have detained him and he would have been deported. Do you know what I mean? So you guys need to be aware that immigration right now, there are recalendering cases that were put on admin processing. They were not dismissed. They were just administratively closed. Those cases are being recalendared. And more than 40,000 people are going to be facing deportation. So you need to plan your immigration cases accordingly. Okay, don't just think that immigration is going to help you when you show up to the hearing, right? So be mindful that people are being recalendared, even if you had a case that was administratively closed. It wasn't dismissed. It was just put on admin closure. Those cases are being recalendared. All right, guys. So be mindful of that. All right, guys. We got a few more minutes left. Today is not a very long live. I'm keeping it like an hour or so because I still have consultations that I have to do, and I push them on purpose just so we can do the live today. We'll take Lai. Hey, Lai, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
How do you say your name, Lai?
Lias.
Lias.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Algeria, originally.
Algeria.
New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. What is your question?
So, I came on 2016 on F1 visa, and then I've been in school. I got married in I got married in 2019 religiously, and then I filed in 2021. I got my green card on January 2022, and then I filed for I-751. I filed for citizenship under the 3-year rule. And then I got scheduled for last June for a combo interview. And things didn't go well with my wife, and we got separated 1 month before the interview. So I called USCIS and notified them, and they said, you have to send a statement since you don't have a divorce yet.
Yeah.
Which I did. And the moment they sent this, I submitted a statement online, my interview got canceled. So correct. I don't know what.
You know why it was canceled? It was canceled because you're not eligible for the benefit because you got divorced, but you didn't have the final judgment.
No, not yet.
That's why they had to cancel it, because they can't give it to you unless you have a final divorce judgment.
Okay, so so basically I'll just have to wait for.
And now you're just in limbo, right? In a way, you're waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting for. Yeah. They said they will get a notice in the mail, but I haven't got anything.
Yeah, so I think that's a good example, honestly, because I have at least 4 people here in the comments. I can see the same situation that you have, and it's good that you're on video here, because people ask me, well, should I file the 751 and then file for citizenship? And usually I say yes. However, if you know that they're trouble in the marriage, or they're coming, or they're already trouble in the marriage, don't do that. And the reason is because of what happened to you. Because now that you filed, and now that you guys are going through divorce, they can't legally approve you. And so what happens, they take your file, they put it in the black pile, and now that you're going to get divorced and you're going to update them, you're going to have to be very proactive. When is your divorce going to be final?
We did file for divorce. We're just waiting for the final like approval, like final divorce paper.
Correct. So once it's final, you're going to have to immediately file an amended 751 with immigration just to speed up the process so they can get you back on the docket. And at that point, they can rejoin the cases again. Do you know what I mean? That's why I always tell people to not do that unless you have a fairly 100% clear case. So as soon as you get your divorce, you're going to do an amendment. And at that point, we can rejoin the cases.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All
And if
right.
you need help,
Is it safe to travel like at this point, or?
it is safe. However, you will be sent to secondary inspection and they're going to question you a lot about your marriage. So I don't know if you want that. I mean, they'll let you in, but it's a very unpleasant experience. Okay. So I wouldn't recommend. So again, this is somebody that you have a 751. You're now going through the investigation, whatever they're doing, waiting for you to send the divorce. You can travel if God forbid there's an emergency. Don't travel on vacation, all that. It will not be worth it.
Okay.
Because they in the system you appear as a flagged case.
Oh, I see.
100%. All right.
All right.
Once you get the divorce, send me a message, please.
Okay, sounds good.
Right?
Thanks.
So, guys, this was a good way to end the live because I really have to jump on my next consultation. But remember, many of you want to file your 751 and your citizenship at the same time. I know you're eager to do it. Don't do it if you have trouble in your green card, just like happened to Elias. Okay, because now that you have issues, they're gonna separate you. They're gonna investigate you, and if you don't have what they need, your case will sit there for years. Right now, we're working on a Mandamus lawsuit, and this guy filed the 751. Then he filed the citizenship. Then he went to the interview, and now it's been 5 years. 5 years since this happened, just around COVID time, and he has nothing. And we're going to file the lawsuit. But I told him, listen, this lawsuit could result in a denial of a case because you didn't have a good green card case in the first place. You know what I mean? So be smart about what you're doing, right? And that's why we're here. So once again, before I end the live, if you're watching this on TikTok, please follow my account and send me a text on my number on my bio if you want to book a consultation, or use the link that is the form that is on the bottom of the screen. But if you use the number in my bio, you get an immediate response and you can book right away. And the same for you guys watching this on YouTube and Facebook. The number is on the screen. Take advantage of this number. Send me a text right now. Say, hey, use the word live. I saw you on the live. And guys, I promise you I'll be back here next Monday. And I'll get you guys on video, the ones that I missed today. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.